Hey, good morning. It is Friday. I am doing some spring cleaning. And yesterday, there's this wonderful, here in Munich, there's this wonderful web board called Toy Town, where if you want to post something, you post it on there, and within like an hour, someone wants it and comes and picks it up. Because you're not allowed to put things on the street here in Munich. This is a expat website for expats here in Munich, and I went ahead and I posted my chair. I had a Poing chair, one of those IKEA chairs. It's in a great shape and it had a footstool, but it has a really big footprint. Like this chair takes up like most of like a corner of a room. It's huge, and I wanted to have another table in my office area. I didn't want to have a chair because I never used it. I used it to just store stuff, put things on top like books. I never actually sat in the chair because I always had books in it. But even if I moved the books, I wouldn't have used it. I just didn't use it. And it was lovely. I had bought it in Singapore to decorate my office, which had two rooms in Singapore. I had like a office room and then I had an outside room. And the chair was there, and it was never sat on in that room either. It was just it was like, I could have bought a statue and it would have been the same purpose. But it served its purpose. We had it for 5 years, but it was in perfect shape. And they still sell it at IKEA because that's how big of a seller it is. Put it on the website. An American said, "I want it." She came and picked it up. It's gone. And then I have a printer. And I put the printer on too because it's for Windows. It's not for Apple, and all my computers are Apple, and I'm not about to buy a Windows computer just so I can run a printer. It's an older printer. And someone gave it to me, and so I thought I'll just move it on, give it to somebody else. So then there was this whole discussion on this board about how I could hack it from my Mac, and I'm like, no. I have 2 printers already. So we are going to head downtown again, and I'm getting ready for running, so I'm going on long walks because I'm mentally preparing myself for running. I haven't been running for a couple months after training for the marathon. I kind of just took a break. I didn't think I would do that, but I did. It's sort of a combination, breaking because of the marathon and then breaking because of the Winterschlaf, which is a nice term for being a slug during the winter. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing all week. I've been walking 5 to 10 kilometers and just getting my legs ready for the running. I don't do anything really fast. I'm not like one of these, like, with exercise and stuff. It's like, yeah, just take it easy. And like with bikes, I love to have a city bike so you can just kind of cruise. I'm not like, marathon. I need to, like, be someplace fast. And I kind of like that with everything else, too. I don't need to be anywhere fast. I like start things on impulse, but I always finish them, but I finish them in my own time. I don't, deadlines, unless they're set for like money purposes, are arbitrary. But for money purposes, deadlines are deadlines. All right, I wanted to show you something that I drew a couple of weeks ago, and today we're going to go to the art store and get some glue so that I can glue it onto the canvas and transfer the image. I'm going to try. This is an experiment, and I'm going to cry if it doesn't work. But the nice thing about being an artist is that you can always make another piece, right? But if you don't experiment, you'll never know. So I'm going to show you now. Okay, so that piece of paper there is the art piece that I designed a couple weeks ago when I wanted those artists to come over and scribble on my wall. So I just cut it out from the scribbles. And I had already tried gluing the paper onto the canvas, and that just didn't work as well as I wanted. So I want to transfer this image. It's on paper, and I want to transfer it onto the board. So we're going to try this. We're going to put the Mod Podge glue all over it, and then we're going to flip it. And I've shown you Kim's work where she's done a little bit of that. So I don't know how much of this is going to transfer or if it will. I guess I could practice on something small, but that's not how I work. So we'll see how much it goes. You can be part of my experiment. But I love this image and I want to keep it, so I will take a photograph of it so that I have it. And I have this little video proving that I actually made this drawing. So we'll see if this works, if my little experiment works. But that's what I want to do. So where the chair was, which was there, basically the chair took from the corner until about there. It was because it had a footstool too, so it was like one of these little wobbly rocking chairs, and it had a footstool. It just took so much room. So I put this table there. Okay, my office isn't clean. As I told you, took everything apart to do this, and then I went ahead and jacked this up. This table, I made it so that it's now waist high. I put it up to where it said stop on the little bars. This is an IKEA table. I was going to give it away. Then I realized I could just raise it up and I could use that as my workstation for all this stuff. So things that I need that I want to work on at standing, I can do on here. And then I have my scanner and my new printer in here. And my new printer is one of these internet printers, so I can print from anywhere in the house. It's been awesome so far. So I can work anywhere in the house and print things. I do have to still come into my office to pick it up. Then, for my shelves, which I'm emptying and doing some spring cleaning, I've had this one down here. And I bought, you've seen the, we can do it! And then I bought, this is for my art ones, my art files, because you're supposed to keep originals of things that you draw and then scan in. And then I'm going to have down here my business expense thingies that I'm saving. I'm basically making an envelope. I guess I can show you. For every week I make an envelope here, and I just put my receipts in it so that I have my business receipts. And so they're nice and organized. My business partner didn't tell me that I needed to do that for last year, and I just totally am like, no. And I really like to keep things ordered. So I had this original one, and then I had these two small ones, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to just stick those on top because it's up against a wall, and I have the desk in front of it. So I thought that would work, and it does. It works great. And all those boxes are my shoes. Well, actually, some of my shoes. I have a very extensive shoe collection, which I have been weeding out a little bit, just a little, because I want to get some shoes for the spring. But my spring shoes are there. That's spring. Winter shoes I've already started putting away. So, there you go.